Chapter 26. Injuring others leads to arrest. The man smiled and said with certainty, I know you don't want to hurt me. I always know. You love me so much. How could you hurt me? Jian Ran did not want to hurt anyone, so things were not like what the man said. She just wanted to leave this place and never see this face again. Ran? When he reached out his hand to her again, Jian Ran did not even think about it, and lifted the ashtray in her hand and smashed it towards the man's head. The man's forehead was cut open and blood flowed down from his forehead, drop by drop, but he still looked at her and smiled as if he did not know pain. Ran, I know you are still angry with me. I will let you hit me. But when your anger is gone, come back with me. The wound on his forehead was very deep and blood kept flowing out, dripping onto his face, body and hands, but he just ignored this matter. His eyes seemed to only be able to contain Jian Ran's existence. Jian Ran was scared badly. She shouted again and again, Gu Nanjing, you madman, what exactly do you want? Gu Nanjing suddenly laughed. Ran, I like you calling me by my name like this. This Jian Ran is my Ran. He liked it when she called him by his full name. She was so domineering and proud, as if he belonged to her. Shut up, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. Jian Ran clenched her fists. Her nails dug into her palms and she did not feel any pain anymore. Ran, you can't escape. As long as I don't let go, you will never be able to escape. Gu Nanjing had a smile on the corner of his mouth. There seemed to be pain in his smile, but there was also excitement in his smile. Jian Ran bit her lips tightly and her body trembled slightly. Don't even think about it. Gu Nanjing smiled confidently and said gently, what is there that I don't dare to think about? Jian Ran clenched her fists even tighter, because she believed that he could do it as soon as he said it. Ran, the person I love is you. It has always been you, and has never changed, he said with a smile, but in the end, because his head injury was not light, his black body swayed and fell down. Jian Ran was so scared that her entire body trembled. Gu Nanjing. Perhaps the commotion in the house was too big. Someone finally opened the door and came in. Seeing Gu Nanjing injured to the ground, the group of people panicked. Jian Ran heard someone shout, young Master Gu is injured. Quickly send him to the hospital. Jian Ran also heard that someone was calling the police. Later on, she only saw a lot of blood and saw many people coming in and out. When she came back to her senses, she did not know how much time had passed. She was already taken to the police station. She was locked in a cold little house. The police outside whispered into her ear, it was this person who hurt young Master Gu, but for some reason, young Master Gu did not want to hold her accountable. Not only did he not hold her responsible, he even asked us to arrange a single room for her. But from what young Master Gu said, he also wanted to lock her up for 2 days to teach her a lesson. The discussion of the guards continued, but Jian Ran did not pay attention to it anymore. She was relieved when she knew that Gu Nanjing was fine. Jian Ran understood very well why Gu Nanjing wanted people to lock her up for a few days. First of all, he wanted to let her know that she was just a small employee of Innovation Technology. Now she had injured him, but he did not pursue her criminal responsibility. He only locked her up for 2 days. It could be considered a great gift from him. Secondly, he wanted to let her know that no matter whether it was in Jingdu or Jianbei, as long as Gu Nanjing wasn't willing to let go of her, she wouldn't be able to escape from his grasp. Thinking of Gu Nanjing's arrogant words, Jian Ran felt very uncomfortable in her heart. It wasn't that she couldn't escape from Gu Nanjing's palm, but that the people of Jian family couldn't bear to leave them. In the past, the Jian family was a Shushang family, and was deeply respected by others. When Jian Ran's father was in charge, the reputation of the Jian family had long declined. Jian Ran's father was unwilling to see the reputation of the Jian family decline just like that. He thought of ways to get in touch with the circle of famous people, but later on, he somehow managed to get in touch with the Gu family. Therefore, overnight, the Jian family, whose reputation in the Jingdu had declined a long time ago, entered the circle of famous people in the Jingdu after having a relationship with the Gu family. Not only that, Mr. Jian also sold the old mansion and some expensive paintings left behind by the ancestors of the Jian family. He spent money to buy a mansion near the mansion of the Gu family. Their villa was much smaller than other people's, but at least they had squeezed into the residential area of the rich. This was a happy thing for Mr. Jian. Unknowingly, the Jian family had become a parasite that relied on the Gu family to live. Eldest young master of the Gu family was naturally their target to please. As a result, after what happened, her parents didn't have any objections. The Gu family could do whatever they wanted. Since the Gu family no longer attached any importance to her, she naturally became the useless abandoned child of the Jian family. Now, after 3 years, Gu Nanjing actually had the nerve to come and find her. He said that he wanted to bring her back. Jian Ran felt that this matter was very funny when she thought about it. She laughed that the Jian family was useless, and also laughed that she was useless. How could she let the people she should have forgotten to provoke her anger again? And she even accidentally hurt them.